Hey everyone, welcome back. So, if you've been keeping an eye on the absolute explosion of artificial intelligence since GPT-4 dropped back in March of 2023, well, you've definitely noticed one specific framework that's just caught fire. Today, in this explainer, we are going to unpack exactly what that framework is and why it is completely changing the landscape of AI development. We are demystifying LangChain.
Now, to really get why this framework is such a game changer, we kind of have to start with a specific and honestly, probably super familiar problem. Think about standard language models like ChatGPT. They have genuinely mind-blowing general knowledge, right? You can ask them about almost anything and get a great answer. But they are completely locked out of your specific world. What happens when you want to know something about your own stuff? Your personal books, a random folder of PDFs, or your company's proprietary database? Standard LLMs are essentially cut off from that information. So how do we fix that?
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today's explainer. We're going to start with a quick introduction to LangChain, look at its core value proposition, walk through the application pipeline, open up the developer's toolkit to check out the essential building blocks, and finally, we'll see how agents actually take action. All right, Section 1, Introduction to LangChain.
So, what exactly is it? Well, LangChain is an open-source framework, currently available as a Python or JavaScript and TypeScript package that lets developers combine large language models, like GPT-4, with external sources of computation and data. And look, the absolutely crucial thing to understand here is that we're not just talking about copy-pasting a little snippet of a text document into a chat box. No way. We are talking about giving an AI the ability to seamlessly reference entire, massive external databases.
If you compare a standard LLM with a LangChain application, the difference is night and day. Standard LLMs, they're mostly stuck with their pre-trained general knowledge and they just give you static text responses back. But LangChain apps bring two massive upgrades to the table. First, they're data aware, which means they can actually dig into your specific personal databases. And second, they are authentic. In this context, that means they have action-taking capabilities. LangChain doesn't just answer your question, it can actively do something about it, like automatically firing off an email containing the exact information you just asked for.
Moving right along to Section 2, the core value proposition.
So why are developers going crazy over this? Well, by making AI data aware and capable of taking action, LangChain opens up literally endless practical use cases. Just think about personal assistance. Imagine an AI that doesn't just draft an itinerary, but actually books your flights, transfers money, or pays your taxes. For sure, that is a game changer. In education, an LLM could reference an entire university syllabus to help you learn material exponentially faster. For the enterprise, it's staggering. Connecting AI directly to your existing customer and marketing data, that's going to drive explosive progress in data science and analytics. And maybe the coolest part, integration. LangChain lets you hook these models up to advanced external APIs from companies like Meta or Google. Seriously, think about how that level of integration could supercharge your own daily workflow.
Which brings us to Section 3, the application pipeline.
Okay, so how does it actually pull all this off? Let's walk through the exact mechanical flow, step by step. First, you, the user, ask an initial question. Now, to search your massive external documents, LangChain doesn't just sit there reading them word for word. Nope. It relies on chunks of text stored as embeddings, which are basically mathematical vector representations of your text. So your question is converted into a vector, and a similarity search is performed inside a vector database. Step 3, it fetches only the highly relevant chunks of information. Then, step 4, it takes your original question and those fresh, highly relevant data chunks and feeds the whole shebang back to the large language model. Finally, armed with the exact context it needs, the LLM gives you a highly accurate, data-aware answer.
To put all this vector and chunking stuff into perspective, let's make it a bit more tangible. Imagine taking a document and slicing it up using a tool called a recursive character text splitter. You turn those text chunks into vectors using OpenAI's embedding model and load them into a vector database called Pinecone. In one specific scenario from our source material, this process resulted in exactly 13 vectors stored in the Pinecone client. So now, when you ask a question, the system instantly scans those 13 vectors to find the absolute perfect match.
All right, Section 4, the essential building blocks. Let's open up the developer toolkit.
Let's see what LangChain is actually made of. The framework breaks down into a few main components. First up, we've got wrappers. These let you easily connect to language models from folks like OpenAI or Hugging Face. Next are prompt templates, which are super handy because they let you inject dynamic user input on the fly, so you don't have to hard-code static prompts.
Then we have indexes, which we just talked about, using embeddings and vector stores to extract the right info. Then there are chains, which let developers combine multiple components together to solve specific tasks. And finally, agents, which give the LLM the power to interact with external APIs. Oh, and a quick side note for the developers out there. You'd typically manage your API keys securely for all these components using a library like python.tove.
Let's actually zero in on that chains concept for a second, because, well, it's literally where LangChain gets its name. Think of a chain as a composite function. The inner function is your prompt template, and the outer function is the language model itself. Imagine chain 1. Its specific job is to take an input from a user and spit out a brief, highly technical explanation of a machine learning concept. Now, what's genuinely fascinating here is how we can sequence these together. We can take that hyper-complex output directly from chain 1 and automatically pipe it in as the input for chain 2. And let's say chain 2's job is to take that technical jargon and explain it to me like I'm 5 years old in exactly 500 words. By linking them into one overall sequential chain, the app dynamically runs both steps back to back. You get this incredibly dynamic, multi-layered result from just one single initial prompt.
And finally, Section 5. Agents taking action. To truly grasp what these agents can do, basically giving the brain of the LLM a set of hands to interact with the world, let's look at a concrete application. By bringing in a tool called the Python Agent Executor alongside a Python REPL tool, developers can actually empower the language model to write and run its own Python code. For example, a user simply asks the model to find the roots of a quadratic function. The agent executor just autonomously decides, hey, I should use the numpy.roots function for this, writes the code, runs it, and hands you the answer. The AI is literally writing and executing its own code to solve your math problem. It's incredible.
And that right there is the absolute magic of this framework. We are moving way beyond basic chat interfaces into dynamic, data-aware applications that take authentic action in the real world. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this one provocative thought. If your AI can now securely read your company's entire proprietary database, dynamically chain complex tasks together, and autonomously execute its own code, what on earth will you build first? Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer.